What happened when that calm guy finally snapped? At our store, everyone called Derek the human tranquilizer. 22 years working electronics at the same retail chain. Never raised his voice, never complained, never lost his cool. When angry customers screamed about broken TVs, Derek would just nod and say, "I understand your frustration. Let's fix this." When managers dumped extra shifts on him during holidays, he'd smile and say, "No problem, I got it." When coworkers called in sick on Black Friday, Derek covered for them without a single complaint. The guy was absolutely unbreakable. We used to joke that you could set him on fire and he'd calmly ask for a fire extinguisher and maybe some aloe. I'd worked with Derek for 8 years and never saw him even slightly annoyed. Not when someone threw a phone at his head, not when a customer spit on him over a warranty dispute, but last Tuesday changed everything. Derek was helping this lady return a laptop she'd clearly dropped in a parking lot. The screen was completely shattered, the case was cracked in 3 places, and it smelled like coffee and cigarettes. "I want a full refund," she demanded. "This thing is obviously defective." Derek politely explained our return policy. No refunds on physically damaged items. He offered store credit instead, which was actually being generous. That's when she started screaming. Called him an idiot, said he was probably too stupid to understand how returns work. Accused him of trying to scam her. Derek just stood there. Same calm expression he always had. Hands folded, voice steady. "Ma'am, I'm trying to help you find a solution that works for both of us." She wasn't having it. She grabbed the destroyed laptop and threw it directly at him. Hit him right in the chest, hard enough to knock him back a step. Still, Derek stayed calm. He picked up the laptop and carefully set it back on the counter. "I understand you're upset, but throwing merchandise isn't going to solve anything." The woman's face turned red. She leaned across the counter and got right in his face. Then she said the words that finally broke him. "No wonder you're stuck working retail at your age. You're a complete failure as a human being. Probably live with your mother and have no friends." Derek went completely still. The whole electronics section got quiet. Even the background music seemed to stop. For 22 years, this man had dealt with every kind of customer. Drunk people, crazy people, people having mental breakdowns. But nobody had ever attacked him personally like that. He looked at her for a long moment. Then he reached under the counter and pulled out the store microphone. "Attention shoppers," he said, his voice still perfectly calm and professional. "The woman at Electronics Register 3 would like everyone to know that she's trying to return a laptop she clearly destroyed, and when I explained our reasonable return policy, she physically assaulted me and called me a failure." Every customer in the store turned to look at her. People pulled out their phones. Derek wasn't done. "She's also currently wearing a fake diamond ring from our jewelry section that she hasn't paid for yet. Security might want to check on that situation." The woman's face went completely white. She'd forgotten she was still wearing the ring she'd been trying on 15 minutes earlier. "Furthermore," Derek continued, "she parked in a handicapped spot without any permit. License plate 749 RBG, blue Honda Civic with the dented bumper." By now, half the store was recording her with their phones. She tried to yell back, but Derek kept talking. "And finally, she's been shoplifting items throughout the store for the past 30 minutes. Security has been watching her the entire time." Security walked over immediately. She tried to run, but tripped over her own feet near the phone case display. They found 3 other items in her purse that she'd stolen: the ring, a phone charger, and a pack of expensive batteries. While they arrested her for theft and assault, Derek calmly went back to helping the next customer like absolutely nothing had happened. 20 minutes later, the store manager tried to write Derek up for inappropriate use of store equipment. Derek looked at him and said, "Fire me then. After 22 years of taking abuse for minimum wage while making this company millions, I'm done pretending that's okay." The manager backed down immediately. Probably realized Derek could file his own complaints about workplace conditions. Nobody messes with Derek anymore. Word spread to other stores about what happened. Turns out the calmest guy in the room can be the absolute scariest when he finally decides to fight back. And that lady? She got banned from every store in the chain. Permanently. Corporate sent out her photo to all locations. Sometimes the quiet ones really are the most dangerous.